but thank you so much, Liz. Just to start first, I'm the managing editor of the Voice Tribune and lucky enough to do a number of things in the community. But when I was asked if the Voice Tribune would participate, I mean, it was a very easy, of course. And I knew that I had photographers who would take advantage of an opportunity to use their talents for something so amazing. And so freelancers Tim Gurton and Tony Bennett, both of whom I believe are shooting somewhere in our community today. But then the Voice Tribune's chief photographer, Chris Humphreys, immediately said, we would love to do this. And so to be able to use their time and talent to do something, again, amazing was just a no-brainer. But I said yes immediately because I know. I was a child of adoption as well. I'm the youngest of 5. 4 of whom were adopted. None of us are biologically related. When you look at my family, we're a motley crew of ethnicities. Clearly, I'm a whole bunch of who knows what. And my sisters range from a sister who was found on the streets of Korea, where her parents left her to die, to a sister who was born with so many physical disabilities that the doctors actually convinced her parents to give her up and leave her in the hospital. And for a year, Steph was picked up only for changing and feeding. And at the end of that year, there was this baby who was still thriving. Today, she has an amazing singing voice, drives her own car, and would dare you to tell her she can't do anything. And my mom, who I was fortunate enough to have down here just in the last couple of months, and we talked some about the story. I mean, we looked like a bunch of strangers just pulled off the streets, and my mom would tell you that she's an ordinary person. I would beg to differ, but she would tell you that because it doesn't take extraordinary people who are, you don't have to be rich, you don't have to have everything that you think it should be together. My mom saw kids that we call ourselves the kids nobody wanted, disabled and from another country, and then kids like me very often ended up aging out of the foster care system because they didn't know what to do with us. Should you go to a Native American home, or to a black home, or to a white home? By the way, my parents are white, and my brother, we call him homemade because he was literally, but he's the biological one. But they didn't know what to do, and so my mom intentionally picked the kids she knew most likely wouldn't have homes, and it's a pretty incredible gift that she gave us. And so now, in anything that I'm able to do, if we can pay that forward, that's not only an opportunity, but I feel a true sense of responsibility for that. But to the kids who are here, and this is the final thing that I'll say, for those of you who took that time to have your photos taken, again, that was so brave, but you're a piece of art. Make sure that you take a look at your photo and you see what these photographers did with their cameras, and remember that feeling and take that feeling with you when you need it most. And you remember, no matter what happens to you, you're a shining star, and no one can take that away.